Good morning everybody and welcome back to a sunny Blackpool. Now you might recognise this is Lytham Road, and this road, if you're travelling that direction, takes you up towards the M55 and Lytham, funnily enough. And if you're travelling that direction, you come just round the corner to the promenade and you can just see Blackpool Tower there, look, over the top of the buildings. I've just discovered that that's Bloomfield Road, and at the end of there you can see the CCC just, if I hold the camera up and you look over the top. So today we're off up Bloomfield Road, which you probably know well from its football history because Seasiders Way, just off Bloomfield Road, is home to the Seasiders, which is Blackpool Football Club. So we're going to take a walk down the bottom bit of Bloomfield Road and we're going to go and see what we can see and find out about it, because I've been on a voyage of discovery as well. I keep telling you I'm finding out all kinds of interesting things, and I've been finding out some interesting past about this little road. So I thought I'd share it with you. It's actually a much longer road than I thought it is. I knew it went straight through the junction, but I didn't quite realise how far it went. And it goes straight on to a T-junction at Park Road, which, as the name suggests, is kind of heading towards Stanley Park. So it's a much longer road than I certainly thought. Perhaps you too. So you can see now we're at Bloomfield Road at the football ground. It's absolutely freezing. In fact, this morning somebody had sent me a photograph of the sea frozen. The edge of the water was frozen up as they'd walked along the beach. And this is the car park at Bloomfield / Central. That's the Blackpool Football Club travel lodge, and the Blackpool Football Club hotel down there. But this is the big central car park, and that's the climbing towers at George Bancroft Park. We did a video about that just before Christmas, I think it was, on another lovely crisp day like this. And believe it or not, this car park is often full to the ginnels in busy times of year. Seems strange to think it at the moment when it's so quiet and we're stuck in the middle of lockdown. So this road through the middle of here is Seasiders Way, and that leads you straight into Central Car Park. So if you follow that road there in the direction of the lovely Blackpool Tower, that brings you straight into Central Car Park, which is the site that's going to be redeveloped for the new Blackpool Central Flying Theatre. So that's the football club. Now, Bloomfield Road, I discovered, is named after a guy called William Henry Banks. And it's actually named after his bungalow, which he built on Spengap Lane, and he moved there in 1888. Bloomfield Road was named in 1928, but it is one of the old roads in this area. And I discovered this morning, actually, when I was looking something else up in Nick Moore's amazing History of Blackpool, that all these long straight roads in this area were laid out originally in the Enclosure Act, when all of the land in this area was enclosed from the original rough grass sort of grazing fields. And the roads were laid out to separate the plots. So there you go, you learn all these things in history at school, and when you kind of realise that it's applied where you live, it kind of brings it to life, doesn't it? Anyway, here's another famous name for you. William Henry Cocker, widely known as being the most influential man in the growth of Blackpool. And his dad built Victoria Promenade. Now, William Henry Cocker married Henry Banks's daughter. So we've kind of got, you know, jobs and husbands and wives for the boys, as it were. And William Henry Cocker then went on to inherit his father-in-law's and his dad's land and buildings. So that's how we kind of ended up with everything in its ante from the Blackpool area. And then in 1876, William Henry Cocker became Blackpool's first mayor. 1896, its first freeman. And on the 14th of April 1911, he died. That was unfortunate, wasn't it? So obviously the land that we've just passed in the centre of Seasiders Way, the car park land, that's what used to be the old railway lines that delivered, well, I was going to say hundreds, but probably hundreds of thousands of people to Blackpool on holiday. So we're now at another main junction, and this is the famous Central Drive. So it's got a bit of a reputation as Central Drive. Just down there you can just see an Esso petrol station on the left. Can you see the awning and the logo? And at the back of it there are some boardings, and that's the site of a new housing development where affordable houses are being built to bring people back into living in that area and living in the town centre. And this end of Central Drive is actually quite nice. That's going up towards Squires Gate and South Shore. It's that bit of Central Drive that's not especially salubrious, shall we say. But nonetheless, credit due to Blackpool Council. They are trying to do what they can to try and clean it up and tidy it up. So Bloomfield Road carries on straight through that junction, and we're going to walk to the end of it. It's quite interesting looking on a freezing cold morning in February. It's quite interesting looking around all these bits of the town that you won't normally see, and it's so old as well. I mean, when you can, obviously that medical centre across the road is a brand new building, presumably on the site of something that's been demolished. But if I just turn round, these terraced houses here, some apartments and things, they're obviously really old. And it's fascinating when you look up how much old architecture there is everywhere you look. So I think we're approaching the end of this little walk around. It's only a short one, but it's interesting because it connects up some of the main routes in the town. And if you are familiar with this area, you might recognise this when we get down here. So we've got a chemist. See, this is getting into normal residential territory, this. So there's a club. And now we're coming up to Lidl. And I think, if I remember rightly, there's a big bakery on this end. Straight in front of us. And it's all good exercise on a freezing cold Wednesday morning. And quiet as well, in my quest to find places where nobody else is, to do my work that I can't do from my desk and trip up. Got to trip up. You've got to trip up and you've got to have a siren. Oh, I tell you what, it's biting, that. So you can tell you're getting up to a main junction now because you're starting to find businesses and shops. So there's your Lidl for diddle. It's so nice when we can actually go back into shops again and do normal things. Floor's a bit cockeyed. Can you tell by the way I keep tripping? I've not had my alcoholic beverages this morning yet, I promise. So I hope you've enjoyed this little random look around Bloomfield Road. If you have, give it a like. Any questions, pop them in the comments below. And don't forget to sign up, subscribe to the Visit Fylde Coast YouTube channel. Hit that little bell for notifications and you'll get alerts when we upload new content or go live. Oh, another wobble. There you go, the cottage bakery. And a bit more sunshine. So we're at the main road now at Ansdell Road. And that's your little tour of Bloomfield Road. And you won't believe, would you, that literally just down there is the sea. Very strange. But just zoom in. Right in that gap, right at the very end of where we've come from, is the beautiful Irish Sea. You have a lovely day now. See you soon.